Willkommen zurück bei The Zodiac Trial. Letztes Mal ist der Kampf noch weiter eskaliert, denn es gab einen richtigen Gruppenkampf zwischen den ganzen Leuten. Das heißt zwischen Sheep und Monkey, die sich auf unserer Seite geschlagen haben, da sie sterben werden, weil Horse tot ist. Und da Horse keine Aktion mehr ausführen kann, wird deren Gruppe exekutiert. Von daher wollten sie uns wenigstens helfen, weil wir die Guten sind. Gegen, Monkey, Sheep, Ox und Tiger, sowie Maus, also ich, kämpften gegen Pig, Snake, Dog, Bunny, Dragon und Rooster. Und in dem Kampf ist leider Sheep gestorben und Monkey musste fliehen, weshalb sie wahrscheinlich ebenfalls gestorben ist später. Spätestens nach der Runde wegen Exekution. Und jetzt haben wir einen neuen Plan, und zwar haben wir Rooster aufgelauert und ihn erstechen können. Wodurch die Gruppe von Dog eigentlich schon tot ist, denn sie haben ebenfalls eine Person, die nichts machen kann. Das heißt, die werden sterben. Und jetzt machen wir einen kleinen Looney Tunes Trick und tun so, als wäre der bereits tote Rooster unser Geisel, um Dog zu überlisten und zu überreden, einen von Dragons Team zu töten, sodass wir am Ende die Soul Survivor sind. Komischer Plan, ich weiß. An sich bin ich die Rooster-Verkleidung. Tiger wird uns mit dem Messer bedrohen und Ox wird einfach nur Dog herbeiholen, damit er es sieht. Wird das klappen? Ox meint 10%ige Chance, also Chance stehen ja, sind okay. Geht schlimmer, aber wir werden sehen. And so we began perhaps the most ambitious Scooby-Doo caper so far. I stripped Rooster and changed into his clothes in the restroom. He wore far too much stuff. I also took the opportunity to input the action for this round. I wasn't sure when I have a chance to do it after this, and better safe than sorry. We had already agreed to simply run this round since we didn't want to risk Dog's crew actually ending up in last place, and we already had such a lead. It took a bit of doing to convincingly tie me up. We found some jump ropes in the nearby workout room, so we used those to tie me up. The process of being bound up like that was not enjoyable. It reminded me of the fact that I was tied up by Brian only hours ago. God, it felt like a lifetime ago. Naja, bis dahin ist auch richtiger Krieg ausgebrochen, also I had completely lost myself in a stupid race we all had. I was going to be a completely different person after this was all over. No, don't think about that. I feel like if we dwell on that for too long, I'm liable to start having a wavering heart. I don't need that to survive. Ox also stuffed my mouth with a rag. I asked him why this was necessary if I was already going to have a mask over my head, but he said Dog might make me say something, and he doubted if I could convincingly sound gagged. He probably was wrong on that, but I suspect that wasn't the real reason he suggested it. Eventually, we had a setup. Seeing through the mask was difficult. It was also wicked uncomfortable. Still, I had the easier part of the job. It was up to Ox to somehow sell this crazy bluff to Dog. If he could even find Dog, a big if. It was possible Dog was going to stay firmly with the big group. I worried the chances of this plan's success. Luckily, I didn't need to be too concerned. After a while, Ox did in fact bring Dog down near the cafeteria. Of course he did. He kept Dog at the end of the hallway, but I could still hear the conversation. Huh? Well, I'll be damned. I knew the guy was an idiot, but to get himself captured like this... How'd you even get him tied up like that? He was pretty out of it when you knocked him over the head. Huh. And you're saying he's still alive? Good as ever. I took this as my cue to prove my aliveness. I struggled into my chair, literally trying to escape while making muffled screams. Cry, prisoner. Tiger smacked me in the back of the head. What do I shoot? Tiger smacked me in the back of the head, and what I'm sure to her was a joking manner, but to me it actually hurt quite a bit. She was a little too into character. All I could say was thank God it was Ox doing the negotiations. Alright, I got what you're saying. You really have us by the balls, don't you? We do. So what do you want? We want someone from Dragon's Pack dead. Someone dead, huh? Yes, and we want proof too. Provide us the body, and we'll return Rooster and his tablet. Then we'll settle the rest of things pack v pack. And how do I know you'll honor things? You'll honor things. If I bring your snake's head, you could just stab Rooster and then you instantly win. We'll have to work out some sort of system. Maybe if you bring someone unconscious, you could drag them into the side room side room down the hallway. Then we let Wooster come to you, and while I went in there to finish the unconscious person off. That make betrayal harder, don't you think? Whoa, now you're talking about unconscious people all of a sudden? You realize that's a lot harder killing someone. Sounds an awful lot like your problem. I promise that if you hold up your hand, we'll hold up ours. But if you can't trust us, then come up with the solution you can accept. But I don't think that you exactly have the best bargain powers right now. Fine. I'll think of something. Just don't kill him, okay? We won't. For now. Jeez, no need to make with the threats like that. I'm already going along with this. You've got to be more understanding than that. Well, I'll get on while I still can. See it that you do. Wish me luck. Good luck. I don't need luck. And just like that, Doc walked towards the stairwell. Ox made sure he left, and then he breathed a sigh of relief. The negotiations had actually worked. Hell yeah. Great job, Ox. I hope he bought it. He totally bought it. Warte. Hand vor Mund. Exactly right, Mouse. Calm down. We'll get you untied from there. After all, we're going to need to make a hostage swap. It'll be easier to discuss if we just free you for now. Ox walked over and got me free. Thank God. Hostage swap? You heard the negotiations. We're going to have to send you over there. Then they have me as a hostage. Don't worry, I've got a plan. Ox set up a knife. Then he stuck the knife into my jacket pocket. A knife? As soon as you're over there, you're going to have to stab Dog. Stab him? You need to kill him. He'll die on his own soon enough. You just need to injure him. Do you think you can handle that? Yeah, whatever. I already said I'm prepared to win. My issue with this plan is the fact that I'll be tied up. Don't worry about that. Ox picked up the jump rope and began to tie my hands behind my back. A little warning next time might be nice. Sorry. Now look, it feels like you're tied up right now, right? Right. But if you pull here... Ox guided my hand, helping me pull on a part of the rope. The moment I yanked apart, I held the whole rope fell apart. Voila. Not bad at all. Pretty impressive rope work there. Where'd you learn these thought of knots? I was a Boy Scout for many years. A Boy Scout? Ha! Of course you were a Boy Scout. What's that supposed to mean? Nothing at all. You know what? We need to get ready in case Dog comes back all of a sudden. Back to being hostage you go. Hey, wait a minute! At my behest, Tiger and Ox tied me up again, stuffed my mouth with a rag, and covered my face with a rooster mask. There we go. Now you're looking like a proper hostage, Mouse. I just hope Dog actually follows through on this hostage business. Of course he will. Why wouldn't he? You know, I truly wish I could approach life with the amount of optimism you seem to always have. I truly do. Oh, okay. It took a while before anything else noteworthy happened. I just stood there, tied up and gagged like a rooster mask. My mind started to wonder about how I got to this point in my life. Luckily, the sound of dust broke me out of that long, dark, winding road. I think that's him. Sure enough, out of the stairwell, Dog dragged Dragon's limp body. Seriously? This is actually working? Ugh, jeez. Man, no matter how many bodies you drag, you never get used to it. You've dragged a lot of bodies. I was a bartender. A lot of people tend to pass out. Oh. And I also used to be a cop. Huh. Anyways, here's your unconscious pack member. I can see that. You got Dragon? Well, Snake would have been easier, but where's the fun in that? Well, how were you able to pull it off? With a little help from this. Doc held up a metal chain and swung it around in a circle. Strangling someone to the point where they pass out, but not so much where they die. It's not from... disturbing. But I'm not going to argue with you. Go on then. Bring her into the room over there. Doc nodded, then proceeded to drag Dragon's body into the neighbor room. I've had up my end of the bargain. You going to do the same? Yeah. Tiger, let him go. On it. On it. I felt Tiger's hands, which were on my shoulders, let go. I had to act like a frantic hostage now. As indignantly as I could, I ran over to Dog. I managed not to face him. It wouldn't take a close look from him to realize I wasn't Rooster. Luckily, Dog's focus was Nox, who began to make his way into the room Dragon was knocked out in. He was about to finish the job. Murdering Dragon. I'm sorry, Dragon. I'm sorry, Bunny, Snake. But if it's me or you, I choose me. I knew what I had to do. I started pulling the rope, beginning to untie it. However, before I could finish, Doc turned over to me. Glad to have you back, Rooster. Now that you're here, mind doing me a favor? Die. Doc cut out a chain he had with both hands and made for my neck. I saw my life flash before my eyes. Quickly, I finished untying the ropes and swung at him with a knife in my pocket. At the last minute, he jumped away from my swing. With my cover clearly blown, I pulled off the mask and spit out the rag. What the hell? Oh my gosh, Mouse. What an unexpected twist. What's going on? Just then, Ox burst out of the room. He was injured, knife in hand. After him came a fully awake dragon, spotting a metal pipe and a vengeance. Think you just kill me when I'm asleep? Got news for you, asshole. You can't. Gah, so was the setup. Further down the hall, back in the cafeteria, I saw Tiger as well being attacked. Bunny! So sorry about this, Tiger, but well, you know how it is. No hard feelings. You think you can take me down just because I'm injured? Ha! I admire the spirit. But do you think that's enough to take me down? You're totally out of luck. Through injury, Tiger sent some white swings back at Bunny, keeping me at bay. Still, it was clear that without interference, Bunny would probably be able to outlast Tiger in a fight. Instead of focusing on that, however, I had to deal with Doc, who stood before me with a deathly serious expression. Guess we both planned to double-cross the others. How ironic. What are you on? You just tried to kill your pack member. My pack member? Oh, no. Doc swung his chain at me. I narrowly avoided it hitting my head. It was pretty obvious that the whole hostage stick was a ruse. I admire the creativity of it, but come on. There were a dozen red flags about that whole fishy setup. And I'm not a complete rube. You'd even buy it a little? I admire the artistry that went into it, but sorry, it was a hollow attempt. Further down the hallway, Ox tried to fight off Dragon with little luck. Ha! You can call yourself a man, and yet that's the best you can fire? How do a boss like you survive for so long? First of all, I'm still pretty young at all things considered, so it hasn't been so long. Secondly, in case you missed a few centuries, we're not all a bunch of barbarians anymore. So unlike a sewer rat like yourself, I've never had a need to beat people up. Of course you haven't. Instead of punching people, you call people sewer rats. If you're going to deny it, I wouldn't bother. I've prosecuted dozens of cases of lowlifes like you. I know how your stories start, and I know how they end. How about I teach you how your story ends right now? Dragon lunged at him with the pipe, but Ox went away. And not like a little bit. He just started sprinting down the hallway. You little shit, you want to flee? You're not getting away that easily. Dragon chased him down. I felt a little uncomfortable with the exchange for a few reasons, but I had bigger things to worry about. Dog was still coming at me with his chain. Even though Dog wasn't exactly a bodybuilder, I couldn't take down a full-grown man with police training on a good day. However, I had a knife. If I could just close in the distance. So this is it, huh? You're trying to kill us? To be fair, you kind of killed me. By this point, you're going to die anyways. Why are you going through all this effort? Do you really care that much about Dragon's Pack winning? Oh, Mouse. Who said anything about Dragon's Pack winning? He swung once more at me with the chain. This time, I was able to completely duck under it. I tried running at him with the momentum I had, but he backed up and shortly swung the chain at me again. I had to quickly stop my approach to prevent him from smacking me across the face. Obviously trying to help Dragon's Pack. That's why you told her about our fake hostage plan. And why you're trying to kill me now? You want Dragon's Pack to be the last one standing. You misunderstand me. Of course I don't want your pack to live through this. But I don't want Dragon's Pack to stay alive either. What do you mean? Monkey's pack is already dead, and your pack will soon
be as well. Whose pack do you want to win?
Nobody's.
Doc swung again, another miss. You can't honestly mean that. You're just trying to throw me off my game. Well, it won't work. You obviously don't mean that, because Dragon's team is entirely on track to win.
Sure about that?
Yeah.
Then where's Snake?
What?
I'd waited around ends in a couple more minutes. I don't think Snake had already entered this action when I met with him, in case there were strategic differences. And Dragon's group will be in for a rather nasty surprise.
You can't be serious.
9! I don't care about this enough to lie.
Why on earth would you want that?
I'm a bit of a gambler mouse. I like to bet on horses from time to time. And you know how you win at betting? And you know how you win at betting on the horse's race?
Doc swung the chain over their shoulders.
You bet on all of them.
Doc swung overhead and down at me. I blocked with my right hand, the one holding the knife. It hurt like hell, and I dropped the knife on the floor. Doc pulled the chain back.
Well, that's the thing anyways. In actuality, if you do that, you wind up losing money. But that's beside the point.
He started to swing the chain again. I couldn't let this go on. I didn't know what was up with Doc, but he was absolutely crazy. If I had to beat him here now, I had to beat him here now. I ran forwards, picked the knife off the floor with my left hand, and backhandedly stabbed him in the gut. All the while, he continued his swing, sending the chain slamming into my side and wrapping to my back. I stung like hell, nearly knocked all my breath away, but it didn't completely knock me out. The same could be said for Doc. He fell to the floor, reeling from the stab wound, and his breathing got heavy. It dawned on me what I had just done. I had killed someone. I killed Doc. I should feel bad, but in the moment, there was kind of a lot going on, so I didn't have much time for the guilty thing. Doc, quit being confusing and tell me why on earth you're doing this.
Maybe it's a mistake, but this is a cop's instinct.
Okay, so you're useless. I walked away from Doc. That was probably insensitive, considering he was literally dying, but hey, aren't we all? In the cafeteria, the fight had solidly shifted to Bunny's advantage. The injuries were catching up with Tiger. It's not over. It is. Please don't make things any harder than it has to be. What, you're asking me to just sit down and die? If possible. No! Okay then. Wait, Bunny! You don't have to do this! I'm sorry, Mouse, but I really do. No, I mean you really don't. You guys have already lost. What are you talking about? Snake is dead. What? How? You're just trying to deceive me. Bunny, look at me. Look at these eyes. Are these the eyes of a liar? It can't be. You're just trying to trick me. Really? Then where's Snake right now? Bunny turned around and quickly ran away. He was likely going to check and see if I was telling the truth or not. After all, it was pretty important. Thank God he listened to reason. I went over and helped Tiger sit down. Hey, take it easy. I'm fine, trust me. No, you're not. Come on, sit down. You need some rest. If you insist. Just then, 2 people ran in. Ox, looking exhausted, tried to put as much distance between himself and Dragon. Dragon, however, wasn't looking tired and in fact was gaining on him. Dragon, cut it out! Why the hell would I? This bastard needs to die. No, he doesn't! Dragon, I don't know how to tell you this, but you've already lost. What? How in the world? A member of your group is already dead. What? What? Ox, for the love of God, don't blow this. She's not going to buy that Doc did this, so I had to sell her a story. I don't believe you. Oh, really? When was the last time you saw Snake? That... Dragon started to look nervous. He hadn't entered his move for this round when he died. Which means that he's going to be executed this round. And that means that you're going to be executed this round. So why take us down with you? You're saying I'm going to die too? No, there's no way. Fuck that. Dragon, I realize that. No, fuck that. Dragon stormed away in a rage. No, she didn't storm away. She stormed over to the kitchen.
Mouse, are you serious?
Kind of. Actually, dog killed Snake.
What? Kann ich hier speichern? Ich habe vergessen zu speichern. Bei der Entscheidung. Upsi, hab ich nicht. Ah, ich wusste es.
It's crazy. I'll explain later. For now, what's Dragon doing? Dragon was clearly acting strange. She was grabbing a bunch of knives from the kitchen. Then she took one and put it between the collar and her neck. It only barely fit, but yeah. Using the thin distance between her neck and the collar, she was able to stuff a knife between the two. She then grabbed another knife and repeated the process. In the front and the back, and the sides, she stuffed knives all around her neck. It was a pretty sight. This endeavor left her neck with a bunch of cuts, and her breathing was constricted. But what was the point of it all?
Damit der nicht die Kehle durchschneidet wahrscheinlich.
Dragon, what's going on?
Fuck you.
She looked like she had nothing to do with us. I guess in a sense she didn't. Right now, her objective had completely shifted from attacking us to whatever she was doing now. I was confused as to what exactly that was until I heard the television start to speak. Because its speaking signaled that the round was over. It signaled that Dragon's execution would be starting. Sure enough, I heard the sound of her collar starting to cut inwards. However, something funny happened. I guess the colors weren't shining examples of sound engineering, because somehow, some way, the knife stuck between Dragon's neck and the collar were an interference. Something about the solid steel defense blocking off the encroaching knives caused the mechanics to malfunction, causing all sorts of sounds that shouldn't be coming out of the collar. Was this working? After a bit of time, I stopped hearing sounds come from the collar, and yet Dragon still stood. Her neck looked like a bloody, constricted mess.
Oh wow, schickes Foto!
I could hear her breath, as raspy as and uneven. Her head looked slightly off color, but she stood. And even execution couldn't take her down. Dragon the unyielding. Dragon, are you okay? Ox, is she going to be okay?
I honestly don't know.
Maybe. If we can get a medical team here quickly, it's probably possible for her to get out of this unscathed.
For now though, Dragon, you should sit down and try not to move much. You don't want to disturb that delicate situation. We still have at least a round to go before we can get out. Instead of taking Ox's incredibly reasonable situation,
Dragon had an alternative plan. You assholes. You think you can kill 6 people and get away with it? Dragon's voice was raspy and pained, but filled with rage. Dragon? I feel like maybe we should talk about this. Instead, Dragon swung a pipe at me. I blocked with my left arm. Ow! Fuck. Mouse. I'm fine. I had to do something.
I didn't actually kill Snake. Dog did.
What? Dragon stopped in the tracks. I don't know why he did it, but he was babbling about making sure none of us survived if he couldn't. But think about it. I was pretending to be the hostage. One could have gone all the way to where Snake is and kill him. Fox, Tiger, myself. We didn't actually kill anyone from your pack. You still acted against us.
Falsche Stimme. You're still against us. You still try to kill us.
I had to help Ox and Tiger too. They didn't deserve any of this. It was if it were up to me, then maybe I would have given up. But that would mean letting them die when they counted on me. And that's the line I'm not willing to cross. Dragon glared at me. The raging energy she has seemingly depleted from her. Instead of fighting anymore, Dragon just stormed off towards the nearby column and leaned against it. It was clear she was low on energy. Frankly, it was a miracle she was alive, even with a makeshift neck shield. If she had exerted herself any further, who knows what would have happened. I turned anxiously to Ox. So, what now?
It's over. Next one, we're past the finish line. With everyone else dead, we can use the tablets to make sure Dog's pack isn't in the last place. Then, we'll be free.
Tiger, who had been resting, walked over to join us. Seriously? Just like that, we can go free? We won?
I doubt anything will be just like that. But on the whole, yeah, we won.
The moment Ox said that, I started to break down and cry. Mouse, what's wrong? So much had happened in so little time. So many deaths. Some I was responsible for. Was I a murderer now? It was hard to tell. Either way, I knew I wouldn't be getting any sleep for weeks to come. Brian had completely driven us against each other. Ultimately, myself, Ox, Tiger, and somehow Dragon would survive this game. But none of us would really win it. We went to war with one another, and as usual, all that was left were mysteries and misery.
5 of Spades. Das ist die 6. Das ist eine 6, okay. 6 of Spades.
If Dragon finds a grouping whistle, she will use it. Grouping together seems better to her than having individual traders. Unless the two special personalities are in the same pack, all grouping whistles game looks the same. There are bloody massacres with casualties on all sides. If lucky, 3 will be able to get out alive. This path ends in an incredibly unfavorable position. Avoid at all cost.
Zu spät. Spannend, aber. Was haben wir bisher? Wir haben den Stuhl, wo ich erstochen wurde, glaube ich. Wir haben den Betrug. Wir haben Doc. Wir haben das Klo, wo ich erstochen wurde. Und wir haben Bunny, der am Ende besiegt wurde. Die Waffe von Ox. Die 2 Doppelwaffe. Nochmal Ox. Wir haben Dragon mit dem Blut. Doc, der Horse getamed hat. Doc, ganz viele Dogs. Das Würfelspiel. Und das Ende. Das war eine sehr verrückte Reise. Uiuiui. Okay. Aber wir haben gewonnen. Also, unser Pack hat überlebt. Das ist schön. Uiuiui, das wird auch was, ey. Okay. Ich muss noch ein paar Sachen beenden, deswegen muss noch ein paar hier die Entscheidungen nachholen. Das kommt im nächsten Part aber erst. Und bis dahin, ich hoffe, es macht euch Spaß. Schreibt in die Kommentare, wie euch das Ende gefallen hat. Und dann bis nächsten Mal. Tschüss.